Hello, everyone. My name's Angela from Angela Simpson Functional Medicine. Thanks for watching today. Really happy that you're here. And I want to discuss with you today a topic that is so common to females, and sometimes you have no clue that it's happening, and how it also wreaks havoc on your hormones and your symptoms. And that is blood sugar imbalances. And, what is this really? It is when we have too much sugar going into our bodies and our body can't keep up with regulating and processing it. So it can result in elevated blood glucose in our blood. And if this actually happens on an ongoing basis for long periods of time, and I'm talking years and years, it actually can cause something called insulin resistance. And this is definitely also something that can severely affect our hormone balance and how we're feeling as females. And so, what are the symptoms and what can you do about it? So, one of the most common symptoms I find, which is sometimes one of the earlier phases of this, is getting cravings. And often it's cravings for things like sweets or simple carbohydrates. And for females that are cycling, it often can come leading up to your period, and maybe even during. And then one of the other things that can even happen, even just as a result of this, is fluctuations in your weight. You might get a lot of fluid retention before your period, or you might even notice that the scale changes, not only before your period, but maybe it's starting to gradually go up. And this again can be related to unregulated blood glucose and insulin levels. And this also potentially also causes symptoms such as mood swings, especially leading up to your cycle. And the reason for this is because when the blood sugars are not regulated and they're yo-yoing up and down like this, it can be even throughout the day, your moods will also often yo-yo up and down with that. Do you ever feel like you are lightheaded, foggy, almost like if you don't eat something right away, you're almost going to have to pass out, or you feel dizzy or nauseous? If so, this is probably a sign that you do have some blood sugar imbalances. And so, again, this can result in a lot of symptoms. And what can you do about it? Because if this is happening to you, you're having mood swings, you're having weight issues, you're having period problems, it's probably affecting several aspects of your life. And, it can even lead to a diagnosis. So sometimes women will have a diagnosis of something called PCOS, which is short for polycystic ovarian syndrome. And one of the primary root causes of this often is blood sugar imbalances. And this can even cause issues such as fertility issues, definitely period issues. Often you will not have a period for, months and months. And when it comes really heavy. So this can happen, or it barely comes at all, but you're very symptomatic around it. You might be noticing issues with your skin, acne, even your hair, maybe hair loss, hair thinning. So there's all these things that can come up around blood sugar dysregulation. And it really can be quite harmful to how we look and feel in our everyday life in our bodies. And, again, the other things it can potentially cause if it goes dysregulated for long enough, is it can actually make you at fairly high risk for type 2 diabetes. And females in that lead up to menopause and transition into menopause age group, such as you potentially, you could be at much higher risk for this if you don't get your blood sugars and your insulin levels regulated before you transition into menopause, because sometimes that will become worse and more amplified as the estrogen drops off as females. Another thing, heart disease, heart issues. This is something that also comes up for females as they approach this time of life, potentially if there's things out of balance, and blood sugars can be one of them. So you want to be really preventative from these things happening to you. And you also want to learn how to manage your symptoms so you don't always feel terrible month after month dealing with this. So what can you do? Some quick, simple, easy things. It's really important to look at what you're eating every day. Are you eating a lot of simple carbohydrates, high sugar foods? Do you eat a ton of fruit? You feel like you're eating healthy, but you're eating a lot of fruit in the day and maybe not enough vegetables? Do you eat a lot of bread, pastas, those types of foods? Because you might feel like you're eating healthy, but if you are eating a lot of those types of foods on a regular daily basis, you're probably elevating your blood sugars without actually knowing it. Do you have sugary drinks? Do you have coffee? Do you put sugar or honey in it, or tea? Do you drink juice versus water? There's all these potential things that, again, can be hidden ways that our blood sugars are rising without us knowing it. One other thing, actually, and it's often a hidden cause, is stress. So when our stress is extremely high, it actually causes blood sugar imbalances. It spikes our blood sugars when we get stressed. So it's really important to be thinking of all the potential causes. And then again, what can you do about it? There's definitely some diet modifications. So if you are avoiding some of those simple carbohydrates, you can bring in more complex carbohydrates like whole grains, nuts and seeds. There's definitely some component to this that's going to help you regulate your blood sugars. High fiber foods, so lots of vegetables, a little bit of fruit coming in every day. Really good ways to start getting a handle on this. Definitely daily exercise as well. And it doesn't have to be really hard, intense exercise, just enough to start moving the systems in your body, the circulation system that helps you as well with the regulation of your blood sugars. So two very important and easy things that you could start putting in place right away. And then if you do want to learn more about this, if you feel like this could be you and you are suffering with symptoms such as mood swings, period problems, irregular cycles that are stopping and not coming back for a long period of time despite symptoms, skin issues, hair loss issues, weight issues, it's really important that you start to get a handle on this because I'm sure it's wreaking havoc on your personal life, possibly even your life at work. It just affects so many areas of your life. So if you want to learn more, please feel free to reach out to me. You can connect with me on my website, www.angelasimpsonfunctionalmedicine.ca. I'm there for you to book a complimentary consult so we can talk about your individual health concerns and if it could be a good fit for us to work together. You can also reach out to me by messaging me on my Facebook business page, Angela Simpson Functional Medicine. So thanks again for watching and take care.